Oh, got to flip the camera. Okay.
Are we live?
Yeah, you're live.
Excellent. Hello everyone. Can we see my face? What part of my body can we
I
see?
can see a lot of it.
A lot of it. Is it too much?
No, that's good.
Oh, hi everyone. Hi. This is an emergency live stream on our channel to fill in for Arlena, who unfortunately had some technical issues. Arlena, we're talking about this as being part of Wanderlust Live, just in case you just tuned in. Arlena was streaming from China. She has to use VPN because YouTube is blocked in China. So to stream or to access YouTube, she has to use VPN, and probably something, I can guess, went wrong because we weren't even able to contact Arlena. We have a video that she created for us from the demonstration that she planned. So she recorded it yesterday, hoping that there won't be any issues, but you know, issues do happen. But that video will be available as soon as she makes it public. I know it's there, so we will share the link to it in the classroom, so you'll have something extra to watch once you're finished with Wanderlust Live, or whenever you're ready. So that's just gonna be an extra video. And now I am here, all yours. Hopefully Jamie will provide me with a little chat window on my laptop. My laptop's downstairs in the kitchen, Jamie.
Okay.
Now I can at least see how much of me we can see. Okay, so I thought just to fill this time while you're waiting for the next live stream, I would like to talk to you about my favorite supplies that I'm using right now. Because, you know, maybe you'll find out about something you didn't know about, or you'll share with me some of your favorites. So I have the chat here. I don't have it, Jamie. I'll have it in a minute. No problem. I'll find it. Sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
I thought you put it on for me.
I put it on your computer.
Oh, why?
Because it's yours.
Okay.
I'll just run up the stairs.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Joanne's asking where we can post the art from Wanderlust Live. Now we've opened the comments under every lecture in the classroom. So in the classroom you can post your artwork, or on social media. If you use social media, remember to tag Everything Art UK and the artist that you're sharing your artwork inspired by, and then we'll be able also to share it with our other followers, and it's always good, and we love to do that. So either in a classroom or on social media if you're on social media. Okay. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. You're very, very sweet people. Very nice.
Oops. I posted a link to this one.
And that's asking, tag it what on social media? Your artwork. If you create something inspired by our teachers on Wanderlust Live, share it on your social media if you use social media, and tag Everything Art UK so we can see it, love it, and share it with our followers. Okay, I'm just gonna grab some of my supplies because you can see the little drawers here. I already opened them, so they are ready to go. Because opening drawers, you know, takes a long time, so we don't want to be opening drawers on a live stream. And this is where I usually keep my favorite supplies that are, you know, that I always use. The other thing I have is this little tub that I literally yesterday cleared of my current supplies, and in this little box I've just got some random things right now because I was about to today fill it with a new set of supplies. So in this box I always, but that could be a tray or like a plastic basket, I always keep my current favorite supplies. I like to limit my art supply kit for like my daily or journaling practice. I like to limit my supplies because in mixed media there's so much to choose from, and I have drawers and cupboards and shelves full of all sorts of things. And if I would be to choose supplies that I want to work with every day, it would feel very overwhelming, at least to me personally, and it would take a long time, and I would probably end up not doing much art. So instead I have a kit of supplies in a little basket or a tray that I change up like every month probably, or whenever I feel like it. And I have some most basic things that I feel excited about right now. So I'll have 2 colors of acrylic paint, I'll have a special pencil, or a little tray with pastels that are well matched regards colors. Not the basics like gesso and glue and scissors, because that's just there, right? But this is more of a curated collection, and I find this really easy to use and very inspiring, because all I need to do in the evening is to go to my desk, which is, I try and always leave tidy. No, it doesn't always happen, but I try to tidy up after the painting session. So in the evening I just go to my tray of supplies and I grab it, and I know straight away what I'm using. And obviously you can always add more to it, or take some stuff away, or swap it all around, and you know, it doesn't matter. Obviously your supplies are still accessible to you, but it does help if you ever find it hard to start, or you overthink your supply choices or color choices, because you know, in this I'll have a color palette, I'll have all the colors will go together, right? So that's a good tip if you ever struggle with that. But here in these drawers I just have my basics that I go back to over and over again, and sometimes I'll pull out some of these into that tray, specific colors, just to make sure I focus on them. So here I have my watercolor paints, and the watercolor paints that I like the most currently are Daniel Smith. Now I know yesterday Nicole, or trying to entertain you while she was trying to sort her internet connection out, asked you what's your favorite brand of watercolors, and so many of you said Daniel Smith, and I was really surprised, because I never knew about Daniel Smith until like 2 years ago. But they are amazing, and the most amazing thing about them, they come in 2 sizes. I only have the larger here because the smaller ones are in our shop and works with, ready for testing, unbelievably. But the best thing about Daniel Smith, in my opinion, is the granulation. Granulation is caused by the big particles of pigment, and the big particles of pigment will settle on the edges and around a, you know, a wash or a blob of watercolor paint, and they will give you this really special look. And that's Primatech from Daniel Smith. That's the line that has natural minerals used in them, and they look especially amazing when it comes to granulation. It just makes it almost seem as if there is more than one color, if you know what I mean. I even made a chart. I don't have it right now, but I also got this, doesn't look very good anymore, but it's like colors to try, like a sheet of little blobs of color of Daniel Smith, and I was making sure, so that chart, you can see that in our shop and works with. It's just a good idea if you want to test some colors, or see, you know, which ones are your favorite or how they feel. And some manufacturers will make sheets like this available, so it's always a good idea to look in your art shops and stuff like that for testing sheets, basically, because you get all the colors. So that's that. So that's Daniel Smith, always there. But I don't have many colors, to be honest. First of all, they're quite expensive, and the other reason is that I don't feel I need all of the colors necessarily, because, you know, overwhelmed, I already mentioned. So I prefer to just limit myself, right? To just have the few colors that I know I will enjoy and I will use, and just use them up first. Now, I'm not a big fan of buying big sets of paints or pencils in all sorts of colors, because I find that there are some colors that I never use, so they're just basically wasted. And especially if it's an expensive product, I much prefer to buy single tube, single pencils. It's not always possible, obviously, but when it is, that's my choice. So I see, yes. Rachel says Daniel Smith Cascade Green, Rhodolite Genuine, and Mayan Blue. So delicious. Don't eat them, obviously. Let's just point that out. just in case someone gets it wrong, but they're deliciously beautiful. No, they are really, really nice. Maybe we, just in case this has to ever happen again, we'll set up our cameras so I can do the above shot as well. Right now it's not possible because I could just show you some of those colors. But the other make of watercolors that I have here is Senelia. This is because Jamie used to have, when he had his arts and crafts shop back in 2014-15, you had a whole range of Senelia watercolors. I know they are not as popular among mixed media people, but very popular among just watercolor artists. They are very fine quality because they have honey in them,
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
Honey, so that makes them a bit more special, and they look beautiful. Those colors that I have don't have the same granulation as Daniel Smith, but the colors are extremely vibrant, very intense, and that's also why I usually choose watercolors in tubes rather than pans. I find pans a little bit more difficult to get going. What's your experience? Do you prefer tubes or pans? Let me know in the comments, because actually that's a very good question.
Well, pans are better for travelling, aren't they?
Pans are better for traveling, yeah, for kids as well. You see, I can talk about products a lot because I love learning about products. I love teaching about products. That's why on Wanderlust we always focus on a certain family of products, and we explore in each family, you know, for a few weeks, obviously using other supplies as well. But last 2 years I had Studio Basics, which is my lessons talking all about products, so acrylics, artist acrylics, craft acrylics, watercolors. So if you like learning and you're a bit of a learning person, then yeah, you would like those, because I really go through all sorts of books and magazines and articles and documentaries even. I just find it really fascinating. And so that's watercolors. In this drawer, what's in this drawer? Okay, that's my, in this drawer I have my woody pencils. So if you done Iris's lesson, you know woodies, right? We love woodies because they are so creamy and water soluble and easy to hold because they're large. And the colors are so vibrant. For a very long time I couldn't get other colors of woodies besides the basics: red, orange, yellow, blue, green and black and white. But now the range is much larger, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we even have them in our shop. If you're in the UK, you may want to check our shop, everything-art.shop, where we have all sorts of arts and mixed media supplies. And you're always welcome to visit us in Worksmith, because we're also a bricks and mortar shop. So that's woodies. They're always there because I love them, and they're great with kids as well. I don't feel as precious about them, and as you know, they're not as fragile as some of my like dry pastels, because I think they were meant to be a kid's product, aren't they?
I would have thought so, probably, yeah.
I was recently reading a thing from Stabilo, because obviously we buy products, so we get like information for retailers, and they are doing some rebranding because they want to make it clear that Stabilo brand is for crafters, creatives, kids, young people, people who want to get excited about their supplies and adventurous with their supplies, not for fine artists. So I think that's what makes Stabilo product so appealing to our industry, basically, because they are very easy to use and they have great colors that work for our journals. So Stabilo Woodies and Stabilo All is my another favorite from Stabilo. Stabilo All. Do you know Stabilo All? What's happening here?
Rachel says she's coming on Thursday to the shop.
She's coming on Thursday? Rachel, let us know in the email when, so I can go and see you, because we only live 5 minutes from the shop, and sometimes our adventurers will visit the shop, and Annalise, who manages the shop and is there, won't find out that they're adventurers only until they finish the shop and then they're at the checkout. And then obviously I don't get the chance to just run fast and meet them. So if you ever, you know, plan to visit our Worksmith shop, let us know in the email or tell Annalise at the shop so she can message me. And if I'm available, I'll be there. I'd love to meet with you. So pans. Oh, pans, women?
Yeah, pans.
What's
Although
happening?
people do put tubes into pans, and
Tubes
one
into
lady
pans.
puts her tubes into seashells.
Tubes into seashells. Wow, that is nice. I thought pans into tubes. That'll be good. I have to work that out. Awesome, fantastic. So stabilo. Oh, yes, Beth says wood this can be used on glass patio doors for kids. Nice.
Don't tell them.
Oh, nice. Lindy's asking, any advantage to tubes versus pans? I think the color intensity. It's much easier to get an intense, very saturated color with paint that's in a tube. In a pan, you have to add water, you have to wait. And depending on the quality, obviously, of the set or of the pans, of the brand, sometimes the color may look a little, what's a good word, Jamie? Wishy-washy. Is that
Yeah.
So it all depends on the manufacturer. With tubes, it's always easier to get more intense color because you can simply squeeze more paint out. To load your brush with a pan, it just takes a little bit more patience, and I'm always short on patience, and that's my problem. Oh, okay. Yes, Stabilo Wall, great for tiny mark making. Yes. Okay, in this drawer I have my exciting products. And I get excited about products that usually have something to do with pigment or graphite or charcoal because I find them so expressive. When I have a Posca pen or like a Sharpie paint pen, I find them really constraining somehow. I know lots of you will love Posca pens and many people go crazy about them, and I have some too and I use them in some ways, but to me they aren't as appealing as expressive tools like charcoal, because when I make a mark with charcoal there's so much in that mark. It's never the same mark, if you know what I mean. So that's my excitement draw. Are you ready for the excitement draw? Can't hear anything, but I suppose you have no choice. So first of all, my excitement draw is my peach stone black. It's a graphite, water-soluble graphite. I'm trying to find out if there is a liquid charcoal. Sorry, not graphite, liquid charcoal. That's a little tube, and it looks like it's just got black paint in it, like it's got black watercolor in it, but it's liquid charcoal. So you use your paintbrush and a little bit of water and you paint with it or make marks with it. Any paintbrush, coarse and stiff bristle or soft like for watercolors, or even a skewer. And once it's dry, it has the finish and the feel of charcoal. And if you ever worked with vine charcoal, willow charcoal, you'll know the feel, right? It's very, very chalky, very matte, very, and I love that feel and I love that look, so I'm always very excited about using this. And it's more permanent though. It stays on your paper more than just willow charcoal, because willow charcoal will just brush off straight away. So you can be really expressive with this, and the end result is really very tactile. Yes, I'm very excited. Right, what's Jennifer talking about? Daniel Smith does little boxes called watercolor confetti. That gives you 36 little samples of color. Not only good to find your favorite, but the little samples last a long time. So are they pans? We don't know about it, do we?
I don't know that. No, I know they do the cards.
They do the cards that I showed.
I've not
Yeah.
seen confetti.
We'll have to investigate because that does
Where's
sound
Jennifer?
great.
In the US or
Yes,
in...
where are you, Jennifer? Where are you based?
Because I might not be imported into the UK.
Okay, my second exciting, speaking of watercolors in pans, and my second exciting thing that I have in this drawer is the, what they call, Jamie?
I can't see.
Is the Kuretake. Japanese
Kuretake.
Japanese watercolors. You can get them in a large set, which I don't have here, I don't think, or maybe somewhere. Kuretake. And the set's got lots of colors obviously, and you can get smaller sets with well matched colors, but I usually pull because they come in big pans like this. I usually pull the pans out and just add them to my little piles of supplies that I have all over the place. But the white one is here because it's quite opaque, this white, and I just love it for some finishing touches or for splattering on top of my nearly finished project. So I do like it. Okay, I'll show you two more things because I'll have to let you go soon. Get ready for the next live, which will hopefully happen properly. The next thing here is art graph, water soluble. I think that's graphite. Yes, I think that's graphite. Art graph, black carbon, water soluble. So this is, it was like a little, what do you call it? Taylor's, what's it called? But anyway, it's broken now. So I just use bits of it to make lots of very expressive marks, and it is water soluble. So you can, especially if you use it on like watercolor paper, make some marks and then use your wet brush to kind of make them move and come together a little bit, and it looks really, really beautiful. The thing about it though is that it's a very intense black, and that's what I love the most. That it's a really black, a little bit like woody, but harder. You can get more precise with it. It does feel like it's better quality product, more of an artist product, if you know what I mean. So if you're looking for some excitement, maybe art graph, water soluble, graphite block would be a good idea. And the last one, what's in this bag? What do you think is in this bag? Any idea? What do you think? I'm gonna look at the chat and you tell me what's in this bag. So Jennifer is in the US, so that may be why we haven't heard about Daniel Smith.
If they're little dots,
confession.
I mean, it might just be our cards are the same, they're just presented differently maybe.
Yeah, if they are little dots. Jennifer, does it look like this? Yeah. That's pigment stones, yes! Wendy Allen, 10 points. It's not the quiz yet, so don't get excited, but yes, it's it's pigment stones. So I don't know what this one's called, but you see that you just get a little bag and it's just a bunch of stones. Jim's gonna shout at me that I'm gonna make a mess on the lovely carpet here. But it's a little bit like he's getting the Hoover. But it's a little bit like chalk pastels or chalk or, you know, bits of graphite. But it's obviously color, so it's the natural stone, the pigment stone, right? And I love that shape once again. If I have to hold a pencil, right, a pencil with something in it, then it feels completely different. My hand is making a different kind of a movement comparing to when I have a tool like that, right? It's a different kind of story. So it's really, I find it really exciting to have both, to be able to use my supplies in different ways, because the thing in this pencil may be exactly the same as this, but you are going to be forced to make a different mark. You're going to be forced, gently, but still, to make a more expressive mark. And I think in our journaling, especially when we're working on backgrounds, it can be really exciting. It can be sometimes all one needs. Okay, people.
Put a link in now in a minute to
next
stream.
Claudette Hasenjager. We are hoping Claudette Hasenjager's live stream will be all smooth. Unfortunately, we can't do that much because the live streams are hosted by the teachers. So we just do our best to help them, you know, through email or messages, to help them get it going. But hopefully there will be no need for that with Claudette Hasenjager, who is streaming from South Africa. So thank you very much for joining this emergency live, and have fun with Claudette.
Yeah, the link's in the chat.
The link's in the chat. That's right. Okay. See you later. Do you know how to stop this?
I do.
No. With a button?
With a button.
With a finger.
Actually, it's not that straightforward. Maybe it's
Oh, just keep on smiling.
Yeah, keep.
That's my smile.